I decided to do my little vlog in this room today. I'm doing it in the daytime as opposed to the evening, and it's nice and bright in here. I just thought I won't turn the makeup lights on. There's no point, I'm not doing any makeup. But sometimes I do get comments as to why I don't film in the natural daylight, especially considering I've got huge windows here, you know, and allow that daylight to filter through. All I've got on now is the ceiling light and the side lights, but you can see that it's not doing anything for me. You can't see anything, which is why I have to use those side lights, and I'm not going to invest in professional studio lights because, you know, this is a room, that a family room still that we use, and it's not a studio, so I don't want to fill it with, you know, the big hooded lights or whatever that come on either side, and, you know, I just don't want to do that. Yeah, so to continue with my extension vlog, my husband met somebody at his local gym who he's been chatting to for the last few months, and he's an architect. And he's been sort of bouncing ideas off of him, and, you know, the guy said, look, you know, invite me round and I'll come and see what I think. So he came round, and he was literally on the same level as we were. He knew exactly what we wanted, he knew exactly how we work and what we needed, and he said all the right things. He was saying, contrary to what the first architect said, was that we could go more than likely flush up to the front of the wall, which I don't mind. If we set a metre back, I don't mind, but he was saying we could, just because others have done it in our area, and that's a plus sign. He also said that we could extend at the back, not just to the back wall as it is now, but that we could extend out further to where the extension could be on the side. So I'm talking about the side extension now, and, you know, that's what I had thought anyway. I just was like, why is the other guy saying that we can't do the side extension back further? That's just ridiculous. And he was showing us the amount of space we're going to get, and that was just exactly what we needed. So yay, I was really happy about that. I was just so happy. And then he said, look, I mean, I was never keen on a loft extension. I didn't really want to do a loft extension. I mean, having had a loft room, not loft room, but like lived my whole life in the loft conversion part of my parents' house, you know, I just didn't want that. It's just when you're shouting upstairs to call someone, you know, if Maya's got her music on and she's up there, I'm just going to get a sore throat. So I thought, no, I'm not doing that. And I didn't like the idea of a loft conversion. It just didn't seem right if I've got a side extension, a loft extension, but nothing above the side extension. So the guy was saying, no, just for, you know, at that little bit more, the loft conversion will cost way more than the first story extension. Just do that, and that will give me, you know, the ideal living. He was showing me the meterage, and I was like, yes, you know, this is really what I want. I don't want to have a loft extension. So we've decided to go full steam ahead now. It is a long project, and he's given us a lot of options as to how we want to do things. Because of the drainage issue, which we discussed with him, we basically said, look, we work all the time, me and my husband. We just don't have time to keep chasing people up to do things, submit applications, blah, blah, blah. I had said to him that I want somebody to manage the project until we get to the decoration point. He was saying basically his fees go from, you know, a percentages to the whole job. So he can't tell me exactly how much it is now, but it will be, you know, approved. The fees are approved by the Royal Institute of, you know, I can't remember, RNIB. I can't remember what he said, but he's got some, you know, he's under that membership for architects, chartered architects, or is that chartered accountants? I'm talking about the architect one, whatever their, you know, whatever that industry is regulated by. But he was saying that, you know, the fees are according to that, based on that, and it's as per the contract. So if we decide to go for the whole thing, the fees will be, you know, a certain percentage of that. Or if we only stopped halfway, even if we signed a full contract but we decided to only go halfway, we're allowed to do that, and then the fees will be according to that halfway. And then, you know, they do something else about something else, I don't know, the claim or whatever, for their loss of earnings for the rest that we don't do. But that's got nothing to do with us, I don't think. I don't understand it fully, but I was only kind of half listening, because I think at that stage your mind's wandering. We said that we don't want to do anything other than the drainage application, the drawings, architect's drawings, submission to the local council, building control application, and then get the work started until we get to bare walls. And then once we got to bare walls, and we would like to stop at that point, reassess as to what we want to do, and then decide whether we want to take on the job ourselves and get people in to do certain things for us. My husband's quite hands-on when it comes to the final stages, when he can see how things are taking shape. So it will be good to get our input. I don't want to design my kitchen just yet. I don't want to design my new bedroom just yet. I don't want to design my office just yet. I just want to wait and see how the shell looks before I decide where I want to place a light, or where I want an internal partition wall, or where I want the sink, or where I want the utility room. So which is really good, because I'm thinking finance, and I'm thinking I haven't really got the money to do this. I'm gonna have to sort of work at it, and so I'm thinking this is like a 4-year project. So I'm prepared for the long haul. I'm prepared for a lot of chaos, but I'm thinking to myself, all of this is sort of on the outside of the existing house. It's not gonna be, nothing's gonna change inside the house as it is. So I'm gonna still be able to continue to live, maybe with a little bit more dust from what I remember from my mum and dad's extension, but I will be able to carry on as I am, maybe with a little bit more noise. You might get a few silent videos in future, but we have said, all this is, he was saying the application process could take about 7 months, which is fine with us. So we've got the money for those initial stages, and then I'm hoping soon, fingers crossed, I don't know, I don't want to wish things just yet, but hopefully I will be able to get some more financing soon for the next stage, the building stage, and see how things go from there. So yeah, it's I'm not taking any stresses. I think it was worse when we bought this house and we needed somewhere to live, and we were living on my mum and dad's floor for 6 months in one bedroom, all 4 of us. Although it was nice and comfy, and it was in my old room, we just wanted to be in our own house, and it was such a long, it was like a year-long process. So yeah, it's not easy, and the amount of times we've moved house and done all this, it's just ridiculous. So yeah, like I said before in my other vlog, this is the house I'm going to stay in. I'm not going to let my husband move us anymore, regardless. And we'll see. But one thing I do want to say is the architect did get the fact that we will be older at some point, such as life, and my kids will move out, and I think my husband and I, we would like to travel when we get older, or live part of our lives, or part of the year somewhere else, like hop between countries as such. And I think that we won't need a house this big. So one of the things that we discussed with our architect is the possibility later of having the layout designing the layout as such that later maybe we can turn one part of the house into a flat, so that it's there for us when we need to downsize, and then we can just rent the rest of the house out. I do rent properties anyway. I do have a property that I rent out, so it's not something new to me. I know what I'm doing. I'm quite experienced with it now, so it will be something that I can think of from a income point of view, or a pension point of view. I'm thinking, oh my god, it's my birthday yesterday, so it's all on my mind, and I'm 37 years old now, and yeah, it's not far off. So I do think about my pension. I do think about, I don't think I'm going to get anything from the state anyway. I've got my work pensions for both employers, so I've got that, and I wouldn't really want to be claiming, I think, I've paid my national insurances, I've paid my taxes, of course I'm entitled to state pension. I just don't think there's going to be anything left in the pot for people my age when we get older, so I think we do need to make provisions for ourselves. And so whatever I do to property, I need to think about the future as well. So I don't want to, I was saying to my husband, wherever we add a toilet downstairs, we need to make sure that, later on we have it on that part of the extension that we then turn into the annex, and make sure that we've got one on the other side that we can connect another loo up, and that there's space up on the other side for you know, if we turn this part into a rented bit as well and have maybe just the upstairs, you know, there's all these little things that, you know, that are going through our minds, which is really complicated. So yeah, that's just what I was thinking, and I just thought I'll share my thoughts with you. I hope these extension vlogs are useful to you. If they are and you want to keep in touch with what's going on, then do subscribe to the playlist that this video will be in, and I'll also do a walk around the garden so you can see the space that I have and the angles that we've got to work with, as well as, you know, how the property is facing. And, you know, we've just got a standard 3 up 2 down, but it's not quite ready for me to show you yet, meaning I need to do a bit of tidying up, but when I do I'll show you the rest of the house. Anyway, you guys take care and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.